You are eating clean, you're exercising, you're doing everything the internet told you to do, but yet the scale doesn't move. That belly fat isn't shifting, and the most frustrating part is, on paper, everything looks right. And I know you feel like you're failing, but you are not. And I know that because I was you. I was that woman. For years, I pushed harder. I added more cardio. I restricted more. And my body held to every single pound. What nobody told me was that the problem wasn't my discipline. The problem was cortisol and what it was doing to my nervous system. Today, I'm showing you the 3 ways cortisol blocks fat release, why your doctor's blood test is missing it, and the one shift that changed everything for me. Stay with me for strategy 3 because nobody else is talking about it. My name is Selene. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and creator of the Confident 40s method. I grew up in the diet culture cycle. I dealt with restrictions. I was in a modeling agency that weighed me every single day in front of everyone, telling me to lose more even though you could count my ribs. That's how skinny I was. I was handed labels like insulin resistant, hypothyroidism. I was told a pill was my only future and forget about resolving symptoms. But I didn't take that answer. And everything changed when I stopped fighting my body and I started understanding my body based on science. I released the weight at 32. I'm now 48, and yes, I'm proud to say that I feel and I look better than I did back in my 20s. Not because a harder workout, but because I regulated my nervous system. That's what I help women do inside my community every single day. Now, before the strategies, you need the science. Cortisol is not a villain. It wakes you up. It manages inflammation. The enemy is chronic high cortisol. When you are under constant stress, work, over exercising, or years of being very strict and then going to binge eating, cortisol stays elevated. Think of it as a triple lock on your fat cells. It triggers 3 specific mechanisms that makes fat loss physiologically impossible. Mechanism 1, leptin resistance. Leptin is your fullness hormone. It tells your brain, we have enough energy, we can stop eating now. But high cortisol make your brains deaf to that signal. So your brain is always thinking that you're starving. And this is why you can eat a perfectly healthy meal and still have cravings for sugar or carbs just an hour later. This isn't a willpower problem. It's a hormonal communication breakdown. So it's time that you stop blaming yourself for this. Mechanism 2, the blood sugar trap. Cortisol's job is survival. It tells your liver to dump sugar into your bloodstream. That way you can run. But here is when it gets tricky. The threat is not a lion. It's your inbox, the text, the meetings, the kids, the partner, and of course the stress that you have been under for years trying to lose this weight that is driving you crazy. So since you aren't actually running, that sugar has to go somewhere. So your body stores it directly into your midsection as visceral fat. So it's wrapped around your organs. And this is the problem. That belly fat is metabolically active. It actually produces its own inflammatory chemicals, which signals the brain to produce even more cortisol. That's a safe feeding cycle than a treadmill won't fix. Mechanism 3, insulin sabotage. High cortisol makes your cells resistant to insulin. Think of insulin as the key that unlocks your cells to use food for fuel. But cortisol jams that lock. And this is very frustrating because you can be eating low carb or zero carb and your blood sugar will still stay high because cortisol is actually overriding your clean eating habits. Now let's talk about solutions. Strategy 1, let's turn off that rescue signal that our body is getting. Every time your blood sugar crashes, your body treats it as an emergency and pumps out cortisol to rescue you. So the intense workouts, the skipping meals, the under eating, love, all that is triggering your cortisol even before noon. The fix P.F.F rule, protein, fat, fiber in every single meal. This creates a gentle curve instead of a spike and a crash. And when your body stops feeling like you're in a constant emergency, the fat release begins. Strategy 2, the vagus nerve. Think of the vagus nerve like the off switch for stress. You need psychological tools to signal safety to your brain. So tools like slow nasal breathing, humming, tapping, even singing. The vibration stimulates the nerve ending in your throat. Also, cold water on your face or even cold showers. These aren't self-care tips, by the way. These are tools to override your biology and to finally switch you out survival mode or emergency mode. Strategy 3, nobody talks about this one. You have to address why your nervous system learned to stay in emergency mode. For type A women, years of pushing through trained your body to see itself as a source of stress. Your body learned that food was dangerous and resting was failure. So your body stayed in survival mode to protect you. Regulating your nervous system is about building safety. When I stopped fighting my body and I started signaling danger is over, the weight released. Not because I try harder, but because I stopped fighting my body and I start working with it. I know right now you feel like your body's broken, like it's betraying you, but it is not. It is just responding to the environment. The belly fat, the cravings, those are just signals. And when you address the root, fat release becomes just the natural result. So if this helped you understand your body today, just subscribe because I'm giving you tools like this every single day. And if watching this make you think of a friend, just send her this video and let's help her too.